Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. And you eat the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by my brother, Sped Rock. What is going on, Sped Rock?
You know, still going over the emotions right now. You know, like how do I feel? You know, I don't know. I'm depressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something.
What's going on, wrestling?
Saturday night main event just ended about 30 minutes ago. A little less than 30 minutes ago. They went over a little bit with some of the applause and stuff like that, but we will get into the show. We will start from the beginning, go through each match. Let us know what you guys think. If you enjoyed it, anything you guys may have on it. But we will go through one-on-one. Hold on one second. I'm having some technical issues here. We'll say hey to a couple people in the audience before we get into that. Isaiah saying they did Cena wrong. We'll definitely talk about that when we get to the main event. Lady Alpha, day one fan and friend of the show. Thank you, Lady Alpha. Make sure you catch her on the Wrestling Divas podcast Tuesday nights, 6/5 Central, over on their YouTube channel. And also Monday night and Friday night, she does the aftermath of both Raw and SmackDown. Monday night, she is with Michael Llewellyn from Kicking Out at 2. And on Friday night, she is with yours truly doing the aftermath of SmackDown. So
You guys killed it.
check her out on all those shows.
Yesterday,
Yesterday.
Yeah. You guys were killing it. My kids weren't freaking going nuts yet. That'd be. Oh, no.
I did see that.
I watched it. I did watch it. You damn well, you know I'm watching the Takesha match, man. Come on, Isaiah. It's me.
What's up, Bobby?
You know
Appreciate
damn
you
well.
coming in.
What's good, Bobby? You know damn well that's happening.
We won't keep you guys too late. We will knock out all these matches. There was only four and a half. We'll say 4.5 matches. So we kind of have half match in there. There's not a slide there, but we'll still talk about it though. So getting right into it, we kicked off the show with the huge match after that fire promo last night from Obafemi. Cody Rhodes. Saturday night's main event. John Cena's last match started with Cody Rhodes and Obafemi in what I thought was a great match.
Yeah.
And then what happened is what everybody knew was going to happen.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre runs in, causes the DQ. I guess technically Cody Rhodes won since Drew attacked Cody Rhodes. So apparently the DQ went that way. So I guess if you're looking at scorecard, Cody Rhodes would have picked up the victory. But first off, how'd you feel about the match? And then what'd you feel about the ending? Are you there? Hello?
What happened? Yeah, no, you started mumbling and I have nothing. All my stuff says 3%, so it was weird. No, look, I'll be honest with you with this one. All right. This match was what we thought it was. All right. We all knew it. What was that Arizona coach? We thought who we thought they were. We thought this match was going to be what we thought it was. All right. It was a great match. Showcase Obafemi to the max. But then why did Drew have to get involved right now? They could have done that like that match should have went a little bit longer, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I don't think he should have gotten involved at all. He should have. I mean, if he could have come in after the match and beat up on Cody Rhodes if he really wanted to. I wish it would have come to a conclusion. But again, we all kind of knew it was going to happen. I'm glad Obafemi had a good showing before that, though. Really held his own. The crowd was hot for him. They were chanting. They were, doing the whole as he came out. They were doing everything they were supposed to do. They cheered for him. They were back and forth with the crowd. So up until the point Drew came out, and they even cheered when when Oba attacked Drew and didn't really turn heel. So I mean, it was very well received for Obafemi, and I saw a lot of stuff online saying how well he did, how great he looked and everything else, and definitely proved himself to be the future of WWE going forward and the ruler of NXT right now. So very proud of how he showed. Anybody that's watched this show knows I have been a huge Obafemi fan from day one. I love the fact that they mentioned Alabama, Roll Tide. Uh,
Hot tide.
I'll always cheer that. So showing his roots where he came from, and just I agree with Lady Alpha. He looked amazing.
Oh, he did.
So,
Yeah, that he did. But that picture, I had to put this picture in here. This one right here, the first one, because that look
yeah,
how beautiful that entrance was. I like that entrance way that they had. That looked cool. That was like,
yeah,
but can we talk about something real fast? Real fast. I
sure.
looked at my wife and said, this doesn't feel like a typical WWE event. This feels like a pay-per-view boxing event. We're watching a bunch of undercards get ready for the main event, the main card, that the main fight that we came to see the whole night. That's how it felt. It was like a big ass boxing match, De La Hoya versus
Yeah,
Mayweather, or fucking, man, Lennox Lewis versus someone. It doesn't matter. You this the whole night just felt like a
it
boxing
had it
match.
had a big fight feel.
It did. It felt like
To
you
put it
were,
simply.
you know, yes, it was beautiful. It was Oba and Ilya. Yeah. Oh God, they're gonna tear it down.
Yes, very much so. That'd be a great match now, much less down the road.
Down the road,
Um,
yeah. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking, like Bernard Hopkins versus, any goddamn man. I'm just trying to think of boxers' names right now off the
yeah,
top of
no.
my head. But that's what it felt like all night to me. But
Yeah, and definitely a good kickoff until, like we said, until Drew came in
the
and
next,
and kind of ruined everything, which fits Drew's character. He should have, and that's the one thing I will say that I will defend it on is it fits Drew's character to come in and be a dick and ruin it.
it
So if
does.
if we're doing anything, we can at least go with that. The fact
Yeah.
that it fits his character 100% to do something
Yep.
like that. And Stampede has said it pretty much all week that they've telegraphed it. They did it again last night talking about Drew McIntyre. I talked about it on the aftermath with Lady Alpha. She kind of said the same thing, that unfortunately we knew this was going to happen. So
Yeah.
for what it was, again, final thoughts, great showcase for Obafemi. Can't wait for him to come up to the main roster, and let's do this match again for that world title or that WWE title
Yeah.
in the very near future. So
Yeah.
see you at
Very true.
WrestleMania, Obafemi. Hopefully,
Oh,
at least at the Royal Rumble. So next up,
goodness.
you had the women's match. Sol Ruka representing NXT going up against Bailey, and again another great match in
Banger.
my opinion. I'll let you go first on this one, kind of give your thoughts on it. But I did think it was a great match.
I thought this was a banger all the way through. Yeah, even with Sol Ruka doing the roll up 1, 2, 3, I thought this was a banger of a match. Bailey got caught up, and the rookie got the veteran, and that was one thing that we were waiting for. Well, who's gonna get the nod? So Ruka got the nod. Oba got a nod. Everyone in this card got a nod tonight. Like it didn't matter, top to bottom, anybody. Joe Hendry got a nod, like
Yes, he did.
you got a nod, and she did prove herself. I really thought Zarya was gonna fudge this up somehow, but she didn't.
I'm glad she didn't too, because if they'd have done it 2 matches in a row, it would have been. I mean, I would have been very upset.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I mean, doing it in the first match is one thing. Zarya had no business getting in the ring and doing any of that to mess up the match. I'm glad they didn't do any of that. Of course, at the end, they all 4 stand in the ring. Bailey, Lyra, Zarya, and Sol give the salute to John Cena as a
yep,
tribute to him. So that was really cool. But yet, again, another showcase of a future talent that proves that the future is in great hands if for
yeah,
the next 10 to 20 years.
yep,
As long as they can keep this talent and keep them in house and not let them, run to other things. Definitely the future is bright through the first 2 matches of this, and the now is bright. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre still a hot feud. Bailey still one of the best wrestlers in the world, proving that here, and then everything she's done over the past week or two to forward women's wrestling specifically, but just wrestling in general. Definitely the present and the future is bright as far as a talent standpoint. But loved every bit of this match and can't wait to see Solruka on the main roster, mixing it up with the likes of Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, all those ladies as well. So.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then you had the tag team match. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Leon Slater and Javon Evans. And again, we've said it for the first two matches. We'll repeat ourselves again. I know I will, at least in a great showcase of young talent.
Yep.
Javon and Leon coming short, losing the tag titles to AJ and Dragon Lee, in just a really good match, man. I mean, it's
Fantastic.
again, just the future is bright.
Oh yeah.
What were your thoughts?
AJ Styles pinning the X Division champion sets up AMC next year. It sets it up. He's getting his shot.
I know they have wanted that.
He's getting it.
TNA has wanted that. They've talked about it. What's up, Stampede? Appreciate you coming in. Sped Swoggle. You gotta love it.
I do love it. No, but this is setting it up. They wanted it. AJ Styles is retiring next year. He wants to go back to TNA. He wants to do some stuff there. He's going to get his opportunity. AMC, they wanted him on AMC. This is how he sets it up. He comes out in January at AMC. Hey, listen. He's like, hey, listen here. I pinned you. All right, at Saturday night's main event. I'm next in line. All right.
Yeah. The story's there. 100%. And of course, Stampede, yes, we gave you your shout out during the first match. I don't know if you were here to see that first one, but we definitely gave you your shout out. You called the DQ 100%. So
yeah, we did. But yeah, no, I like this match. This was a good match.
Go ahead. Hopefully AJ Styles is okay. Nasty fall. I don't know if it was planned or if it was an accident when he was trying to hit the phenomenal forearm and kind of dusted and hurt himself. You good? Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah. Keep going.
Okay.
It's not what the hell? It's not even OBS this time. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't pinpoint it. I'm looking too.
Well, all right. So we will move on to the main event.
Match.
Do what?
He's right.
Oh,
that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, we could definitely see it. He's on a roll now. And we've talked about it on Thursday. You've got AJ, you've got Randy, you've got Brock, you've got all these guys who are about to come up. I don't think he'll get Rey Mysterio, but you've got Rey Mysterio. I think that's slotted for Dom.
That is Dom.
Jericho, who's coming in. There's a lot more retirements not named Rey Mysterio that he could definitely jump in and do.
There's three big ones coming up: AJ, Brock, and Jericho coming up. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah. The match was way too short, 6-7 minutes long, but it did showcase the kids, the 21-year-olds, very, very well.
Well, I mean, in their defense, Stampede, they had to show the John Cena tribute for the 47th time. So
50.
You couldn't have had too long of a match because you had to show that package for the 57th time.
Yeah.
It's WWE. They're definitely going to do what they do. In between these two matches, though, we did get a little bit of something different. You had Stephanie and Joe Tess out there talking about the last time is now. John Cena about to have his last match when all of a sudden you hear it's awesome in the background and the Miz is in the ring, unscheduled. Wasn't going to let this show go by without him getting a little bit of the spotlight in the ring. Talking about this show should have been about him. He beat John Cena in the WrestleMania main event. And out to kind of a surprise comes R-Truth. What do you think about R-Truth coming out?
I like this little segment. I knew they were going to throw something out there. Miz gets the nod. That's actually nice. Look, this was good. This was a good little filler, that we needed.
It was very entertaining.
Bathroom break. Yeah, it was just entertaining. That's what it was. And I like the Miz. I don't know why everybody shits on the guy.
Oh, I love the Miz. I think he's great.
I know.
R-Truth comes in, gets in there, and talks about how he messed with Aldis's balls before the tournament and took away someone else's opportunity.
I saw what
R-Truth
you did there.
hands him some balls, and in that is none other than say his name, and he appears. Joe Hendry makes an appearance on John Cena's final show. Very apropos with all the stories that we've heard over the past year and a half of how John Cena, Joe Hendry wouldn't even be a wrestler right now if it wasn't for John Cena. Those are his words, not mine. I'm not the only
Yeah.
one saying it. Sports Illustrated may be saying it. Whoever else may be saying it. But definitely good to see him get in there and get a spotlight.
If it wasn't for AJ Francis, he wouldn't be on WWE. Just throwing that out there.
Isaiah agrees. I don't know that AJ Francis has anything to do with him being in WWE, but I'll let you have it. Lady Alpha believes in Joe Hendry, and as does R-Truth. We get to see the pose with R-Truth and Joe Hendry right there at the end of the segment. Just like you said, a fun segment, just a little bathroom break, just kind of a little bit of a comic relief just to get everybody going. If you had to go get a drink in between the 507th and the 6,035th John Cena promo in between, you got a chance to go get that. And just in case you didn't get to see the video package the first 4,053 times. So 100%. Stampede, obviously, I agree with Isaiah because he doesn't believe in Joe Hendry. But again, just it's always fun to have a little bit of fun, and something with John Cena in it. He's going to have some of that somewhere in there. For somebody who likes all the entire encompassing part of pro wrestling and sports entertainment, they were going to have something like that in there. That leads us to the main event. The last time is now. Where we have been a year, or if you listen to John Cena, really 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
I believe in Bigfoot more than Joe Hendry.
That's what made me
laugh. That's fair, I guess. I mean, I've seen Joe Hendry more than I've seen Bigfoot, so I kind of have to believe in Joe Hendry more. We've at least seen clear pictures of Joe Hendry. I don't think I've ever seen a clear picture of Bigfoot, so I may have to push back on that just a little bit. Yeah, Gunther comes in. I like how Gunther got out of the ring when John Cena made his entrance, showing a little bit of respect behind the scenes. Giving him the floor, giving him the ring for his entrance. It's little things like that I really like from Gunther, who it can still stay in character but still show that respect in a way that unless you're nerds like us, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, my wife was like, "Why is he getting out of the ring? It's called respect." I was like,
exactly.
I told her last year we were at Halloween Havoc, right? And Trick Williams comes out, and he's a champ at that time, the NXT champ. And I was like, "Stand up, even if you don't like him, stand up. It's respect towards the champion. That's what you do, And that's what he did. He gave respect. He gave respect to John. That's what you do, man. I mean, John paved the way. John made the business what it is today. If it wasn't for John, we wouldn't be talking about WWE still. I mean, at one point WWE almost went down, and it was because of John. Yeah,
one of the few who carried it. Him, Stone Cold, The Rock. He was kind of that next generation after those two were starting on their way out. Shawn and Triple H were kind of later in their careers as well, and he kind of stepped in and really took the ball and along with people like Edge and Jericho and
Batista.
Ray and Eddie and Batista, and as much as we may not like the name now, Brock Lesnar, those guys really catapulted the business into the next era. So definitely deserving of the respect that Gunther gave him. And then Gunther came in there and just beat the piss out of him, which
beat his ass.
I mean, John Cena's back was red. John Cena's arms were red. John Cena's chest was red. His shoulder was red.
Yeah, good.
100%. In just a slugfest. John Cena got some offense in, which he was definitely going to do. We got to see the 5 moves of doom. We got to see the 5-knuckle shuffle. We got to see him try a second 5-knuckle shuffle. Shuffle only to get the third.
He's trying for his third.
Yeah. On the last one, he got drop kicked into the ropes, and it kind of led to the finish. But I mean, it was a good John Cena match, man. It was never going to be anything crazy. Gunther's not going to do any high flying. He did jump off the top rope. They did the AA off the second rope. So they did some
Yeah.
cool stuff, but it was never going to be like AJ Styles. It was never going to be like any of the other matches he had. And for my opinion, and I'll let you have I'll let you have the floor. You can kind of talk about it. I thought it was a really good match, and then the ending happened, and then we'll talk about the ending. But what do you think about the match as a whole up
Um,
until the ending?
I thought the match was great. Showcase Gunther as the potential next Brock Lesnar. They were calling him the Terminator all night. Like he was a Terminator. He's being a Terminator. He's a machine. He's a machine. So it seems like he's the career ender. That's coming. Instead of legend killer, he's the career ender. You know what I'm saying? So no, I I like this match, but to your point about the ending, and my thing is this, okay? Everyone was trying to get behind him, but the way he did it when he smiled and he was like, you know, it kind of pissed everybody off right there. Passing out would probably be better than
I
versus
said the
him
same
tapping
thing.
out.
I
In
thought
my
he should have passed out. Um, Kind of the same thing you're thinking. I didn't like the fact that he just kind of smiled and just kind of said, "Okay, you got it." I mean, it would have been nicer if even if he would have shown a little bit more, like, what's the word I'm trying? A little more emphasis on the
Yeah,
tap out, like he was really struggling or something, but just kind of the little sly smile and okay, go ahead. It kind of shows like, okay, I know I've been, I don't, and he even mouthed it afterwards. I just don't have anything left. So I mean,
yeah,
I guess I kind of understand it. I would have just rathered him say, "My body gave out. My body had nothing left." Not, I gave up because I had nothing left." So
yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't think that was Triple H's call for that ending like that. I mean, we all knew it was going to go down the way it was. All right, we all knew that John Cena was either going to tap out or get choked out, and we were all hoping for the choke out part because that would keep up with his motto: hustle, loyalty, respect. But then at the end, he gave up on his motto with the never give up. But it just didn't add up to me. This didn't go 2 plus 2 equals fish. This went 2 plus 2 equals 5. And it just didn't add up. The math is not there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Stampede. I would have much rather him passed out because you could have always come back and he could have got on the mic, as we were going off the air and said, "Hey guys, I love you. I always said I would never give up, and mentally, I will never give up, but my body gave up. That's one of the reasons
Yep.
I'm calling it a career. That's one of the reasons this was always going to be my last match because I knew my body couldn't handle it, even though my mind still wants to."
Yep.
The smile
But
and the tap out says
that was
mentally, I know
bullshit.
I'm done, so I'm just gonna tap out and get out of here. So
Yeah.
I
But
didn't like the way they did that.
I just it just doesn't seem like it was a good ending for the storybook career that we've grown to love, man. I mean, you got the Doctor of Thugonomics, then you got him as, when he was the face that runs the damn well, I mean, that was AJ Styles, but he's the face that literally ran the damn place. And
Uh-huh.
then he's Super Cena, near the end. He's the childhood hero, everyone loves him. It's just this right here, like, all right, like I said, this felt like a boxing what was it called? Like a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we were waiting for this one freaking fight. That was it all night. We all knew what we were there for. We knew the undercard. We knew what everybody was going to come in. We knew the Obas were coming. We knew the Codys were coming. But at the end of the day, this is what we were waiting for. And it seemed like it fell flat. It fell like a 30-second knockout in a big heavyweight championship match. Two big ass fighters going at it. Let's just say it, Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson.
Well,
That's what.
it seemed like instead of a fight ending with like a huge uppercut or a huge shot and a big knockout, it seems like it ended, to use your boxing metaphor, on a jab.
Yes,
Like
thank
one
you.
boxer threw a
Yes,
jab and just hit it just right, I guess, and then the other guy just drops, and you're like, "Wait, what?
yeah,
That
like
that that's what did it?"
yeah, yeah.
And granted,
Like,
he was in the damn sleeper hold for almost 20 minutes, it felt like. It really did. So there is that part too. And after trying to get out of it 4 or 5 times and Gunther just being so relentless, I mean, I
yeah,
guess that's probably the story they were trying to tell, is no matter what John Cena did, he knew Gunther was never going to let it go.
yeah.
I still would have wished that he would have not tapped and passed out.
Pass out. Yep, just pass out. Sometimes a pass out's better than a tap out.
Yeah, because I mean, they could have always had the refs come out, wake him back up, and they still could have done the whole thing at
Yep.
the end where they do the tribute, which I enjoyed the hell out of the tribute.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought it was
nice.
weird that Cody and CM Punk both came in and gave him their belts so he could pose with both belts. That was kind of weird. They've
Well,
never done that before, I don't think.
that's because think about how he held both titles at one time as the undisputed champion. He's had both those titles at some point in his life. I mean, he had the original big gold and he had the spinner belt. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so I get it. I get why they did it. Never seen 17. The next time we get something like this, the person has to do 18. The benchmark now is 18. You got to get there, to
Yep.
break the record. So, you know, that
That's funny.
that is funny. But yeah, no, I get it. I do get it, but like, you know, just it left a sour taste in my mouth. It's like being, and I am a Atlanta Falcons fan. All right. I am an Atlanta Falcons fan. It's like being an Atlanta Falcons fan and still hearing about 28-3. All right. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could definitely see the frustration in the audience in the building.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
definitely agree with that frustration because you were waiting for something. Whether
Yeah.
again it was the dramatic ending of him passing out or the fire up and the comeback and the win, which I don't think any of us really expected. They were just waiting for something, and then you get this weird smile and Cena just, "Okay, you're good."
Yeah.
I don't know. It just it left a
Or
weird taste in my mouth too.
maybe he was giving props to the demand because I didn't see a full tap out. I saw 3 fingers, yeah? So
He
maybe he
did
was
do
giving prop.
that after they did, which
Yeah,
too, something that we talk about all the time, how WWE just makes up the rules as they go. Instead
yeah,
of doing the one arm drop, they did the
yeah,
3 again. It's like,
3,
so we
yeah.
just do that every now and then now. I
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
weird. It's weird.
yeah, it's
But,
something we
like,
talk
you
about all
see
the time on our regular shows, so.
it was funny. It looked like he was shooting a butterfly away. I think he was just giving Ricochet his props. Yeah, he was like, "Tap, tap," like this.
Yeah.
"Ricochet, I
So
like that."
we're gonna start the rumor now. We're gonna the run-in is reporting that John Cena wanted Ricochet as his final opponent. That's why he
Ricochet
did that.
should have been it. That's what
It
we
should
should
have
have
been
said.
Ricochet, and that's what John Cena was saying with the tap out is this should have been Ricochet.
Should have been Ricochet.
Everybody go on there, tell everybody to go come watch the Running Wrestling podcast because they are reporting that the Ricochet was supposed to be John Cena's final opponent 3 years ago when they started planning this, when Ricochet
Yeah,
was still in the company, and then
exactly.
Ricochet leaves and he doesn't get his chance. So
Damn it, Braun
we'll cause a little
Breaker.
controversy.
Damn it, Breaker. Oh,
But overall, I mean, it was a good show. It was a really good
yeah.
showcase for the future. Even Gunther winning is a showcase for the future. Yes, I know Gunther's 30 something years old, but even in that respect, he's if you go to the age of John Cena, he's got at least 10 to 12 more years. So
Yeah, oh, yeah.
he's still the future of the business. It was a very good showing from all of the young talent on the roster. The tribute at the end, which we'll go to one question that Bobby asked before we go to that. So, what's next for Gunther in the immediate future? We've talked about maybe ending another career in 2026, but what's next right now for Gunther?
Personally, I think he goes back for that championship. He's going to get his world championship back. Um, there's no way, there's no way you don't have Punk versus Gunther if you got freaking. I mean, Gunther needs a title now. Yeah, I mean, that's the
Do
only
you
thing
do
he
that at
can
the
do.
Royal Rumble?
No, because you're already advertising Punk for WrestleMania as a champion. Um, Man, he's got to be sometime next year. I don't know, because I've been hearing rumors that it's gonna be Punk versus Breaker at WrestleMania, which would be awesome. Don't get it twisted. Punk versus Breaker, that would be
Mhm.
sick. But maybe they do the draft, move his ass to SmackDown, talking Gunther, move his ass to SmackDown, and he takes it from Cody. Because I think he could take that and run with it. I mean, you're not gonna give well, they don't have to. They don't have to give him a title if they're embarking on that. You're right, Stampede. However, you don't need a whole story. You don't need like if you're gonna retire Lesnar at the end of the year, you don't need Gunther to be champion all the way to the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? You
But
can
you
make
also
that.
need him to be relevant. He may not necessarily need to be
Well,
champion, but he needs to be in a feud that he's not going to lose and lose
yes,
any of the momentum he's got of retiring Goldberg and Cena.
yes,
If he goes after, say, Ilya and loses in an open challenge a couple
yeah.
times, then it's like, well, why isn't Ilya ending these careers? Because obviously he can't beat Ilya, so why isn't Ilya in that spot? So it's a very weird tightrope that they have to walk because the next retirement isn't going to come till at least the end of next year.
Or maybe in SummerSlam, because there's reports that Lesnar's not gonna last until the end of the year. His shit's gonna be done at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've talked, and unless Jericho's coming back for a short run, because then
His
you
is a
could do
1-year
Jericho
run.
at maybe, is it a whole year?
Yeah, it's a whole
And
year, they said. They
okay.
offered a whole damn year to him. So we get the learning branch.
Well, they offered a whole year, or the Cena tried to get a whole year, but they told Cena no. So
Well, it's probably like a year-long contract, but split up like Cena's was.
yeah,
Like, here's 15 matches for you or whatever appearances. I mean, he
yeah,
still does the Rock and Rager wrestling cruise. He does Fozzy and all that other stuff. So he's got plenty of businesses. So I mean, he's a
yeah.
busy,
He's
busy
definitely not
man.
bored.
No.
You don't have to worry about him pulling a Drew and being bored at work.
No, no, not at all. But it was really cool to see everybody, and this is the post of the night part, but it was really cool to see everybody post up this stuff right here with Ric Flair. I saw a lot. I saw MLB do it. I saw, everybody do it. And it
Yep.
was really cool for everyone to come out and say thank you, Cena, and the manner that they did. And look, the fact of the matter is Cena touched not just wrestling, he touched sports itself. You had people going out there doing this on home runs, doing this on freaking, touchdowns, throwing it up, going word
Well,
life, back
not even just sports. I mean, he just touched American culture and really world culture because you had
world
people,
culture. Yep.
you know, winning awards at like the Oscars doing the same thing and
And
and,
just
and all
throwing it
that kind
up.
of
Yep.
stuff. I mean, it wasn't he transcended not only WWE but sports in general, which is one of the reasons he's
Exactly.
getting a lot of the opportunities he's getting now. Um,
Exactly.
and and that's one of the reasons he's getting all the praise and love that he's got. You mentioned all the posts that we had. We've got a few of them up on the screen now. They showed a bunch of them in one of the 9,837 packages that they ran. So where all the sports teams were showing them when he wore their jersey in
Yep.
their town. Um, what is and this kind of goes in the same thing as the tributes and everything. When you look back on the last 23 or so years of John Cena's career, what's the one moment that stands out to you the most?
2009, I was over in Iraq. They did the Christmas for the tribute for the troops over there. I
Mhm.
believe it was Chris Jericho versus John Cena. Yeah, Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah.
Uh yeah, it was really cool because it was the last time I saw my best friend. Lost that dude a few months later over there. But yeah, it was one memory that I still hold today. That's one of my favorites. I got to watch John Cena and in Iraq with my best friend. And
Appreciate
yeah,
you coming in, De Silva.
I love that. That crap funny. That's funny. Thank you. But yeah, no, Yeah, that's the one thing that stands to me because he stood out there and shook everyone's hand, literally, just everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, thank you, thank you. You know, the whole time everybody's like, John, we got to go, and he's like, you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome, you know. But yeah, yeah, that's why I tweeted that out, man. I just still think about those times. We were cheering, we were laughing our ass off, we were booing people. Like JBL was out there. I was the only one cheering JBL. I'll be honest with everybody. The only one cheering JBL. All right. Don't know why, but I was. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
if
think
you're
he was a center
anybody out in
guard.
the audience, let us know the one moment that stands out in Cena's career to you guys as well. We'll put them up on the screen as we go.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, an incredible moment for you, with your friend overseas and everything like that. Um, Mine is somebody did like. Were you watching wrestling when he first came in? Like I remember
Oh
watching that night
yeah.
that he came out with Kurt Angle. Like I
Yeah.
was
Same here.
watching
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah. Same here.
And other than that moment, because that will always stick out in my mind when he debuted, is one of the things that everybody talked about is how even though he got the moniker of burying talent and things like that, he always put the business first.
Yeah, he did.
And you saw him elevate a lot of talent. Yes, the whole Nexus thing and all that kind of stuff happened, and there's no denying that. But you also look at someone like Kevin Owens, who
He
came
had to
in,
wrap
made
that.
his main roster debut. Obviously, I'm a huge Kevin Owens fan. You see the T-shirt back there.
Oh yeah.
So him making his main roster
Yeah.
debut against John Cena and beating John Cena is one of the things that sticks out in my mind is his entire career. The Kurt Angle debut, because Kurt Angle is my number one wrestler of all time. Kevin Owens happens to be my second favorite wrestler of all time. So those two moments that had to do with them, oddly enough, are the two that stand out in my mind. But it goes to show that a lot of those rumors and stuff like that were not warranted.
No, God no.
He's always the person who put the company above anything else.
Yeah.
So and for that respect, he's definitely the GOAT of WWE. And we'll see. Bobby says, "I like John Cena's open challenge." That's definitely
You know,
a huge thing that he had, that he started, and not really started. I'm sure they had open challenges before that. I don't remember a lot before that, but
not
definitely kicking
much.
those in. We're still doing them today with Elia and Sammy before that. So 100%, I would like that. Isaiah said his rap battle with Kurt Angle, mainly because Kurt
That was
Angle was
lit.
freaking hilarious during that
Yeah.
too.
Now,
I mean, we got to
when
see John's skills, but we got to see Kurt Angle's comedian.
yeah, when you were there when John Cena first
Oh,
showed
that's
up. That's
awesome.
dope. That's fucking
That's cool
awesome.
as shit.
I mean, I got to see John Cena about 14 different times. I've seen him plenty of time, like about 5 or 6 times in Atlanta, 3 times in Savannah, once in Iraq, and a bunch of times in Hershey. Yeah, in DC as well. But like what you were talking about with Kevin Owens earlier, um, I got to see Sting in WCW. All right, I was there when Goldberg won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship against Hollywood Hulk Hogan. But
So
you were
you were there
talking
when
about
Sting showed up in WWE, or when Sting like showed up for the first time ever?
back in what 76?
I mean, Stampede's old. He
Uh,
said that himself. That's not me calling him out. I mean,
no, I know, but
I
you were
mean,
talking about Kevin Owens, right? My thing
yeah,
is when he stomped on that U.S. title and held. We talked about this a few weeks ago
yeah.
on air. Um, yeah, he held up that title. I was like, that's the baddest motherfucker on the planet. But
And how
yeah,
about
we've
him and
been talking.
Sammy both being there ringside too? He was there
Oh, I
tonight.
thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool that we saw Mark Henry. We got to see Eve Torres, Trish Stratus, Rob Van Dam. There was plenty of people that was there. But
Oh, first time ever. Yeah, there you
wow, 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 that's crazy.
go.
That's nuts.
Back in
However,
1942.
we were talking all night. We've been talking about John Cena wanting to showcase the future. The future's now. The future's happening. Well, I don't know if you saw what the Tri Matchmaker is, but the future is here. You got 4 of the best right now. 2 that are in NXT still, 2 that are on the main roster. Obafemi versus Javon Evans versus Braun Breaker versus Dominic Mysterio. Who do you guys got as the future is now?
Yeah, I had to go first Thursday. You're first on this one.
Sorry, heartburn.
You're good.
Everybody knows I'm going Dominic Mysterio on this one. You know, even though I think Braun Breaker, Obafemi, and even he said that's funny as shit. That was my
So
granddad.
it
Man.
was you and Luchasaurus's dad.
That's funny as shit.
You were
I
the
know
first boy in his dinosaur in wrestling.
right? I know what we're gonna talk about. Everyone's gonna be like, Oba's the powerhouse here, or it's Braun Breaker. But you guys gotta think about it in this perspective. It's a fatal 4-way, all right? Who's more deceptive? Who's the one who can think on his feet? Dom. All right. He's proved it plenty of times. Think about it. He's rang the bell in a triple threat match to make sure he didn't lose his title. Right. He's done countless ways to cheat, found ways to win. And then you always got to remember one thing. He's got Liv in his side. All right. He's got Liv Morgan. All right. She's Loca. All right. I got Dom. We all know that's because he's my favorite wrestler. But I have Braun Breaker taking the pin.
I mean, do we really have to ask this question? Because I knew you were
I
going to
know
pick
you were
Dom.
going
When I
over.
saw the 4. When we saw the 4, everybody that's ever watched this show knew you were picking Dom and knows I'm going to pick Obafemi because I'm not going to bet against Obafemi ever. Ever. If I had to take Oba out of it and put anybody else in, I would go with Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that you mentioned Liv and Dom, Braun Breaker has Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that's true.
Braun Breaker has Bronson Reed. And Braun Breaker has Logan Paul. And sometimes he has Drew McIntyre. And
but he's got the Judgment Day. Then Dom's got the rest of the Judgment Day.
Okay, so you're gonna go Finn Balor over Drew McIntyre, and you're gonna go JD over Bronson Reed, and you're gonna go Raquel
JD,
over Logan Paul.
Yes, on that one.
I guess since they've got Roxanne, that does give him an extra one because I don't think if I can find anybody else unless Paul Heyman takes out Roxanne. Who knows?
That's hilarious. No, but Stampede's right. Javon's never beat Oba. Braun Spear won't affect Oba. So that leaves Dom and Oba. Oh, goddamn. I don't want to see Dom versus Oba because Dom would die.
I mean, I could see Oba. I could see Oba being on the mat, Dom going up for the frog splash, and in the mid frog splash, Oba just smacks him down.
Oh no!
And just slaps the piss out of him and kills him.
I was thinking you were gonna say he was gonna catch Dom mid fucking frog splash, and then everybody's just gonna be like, "Oh, yeah."
See, I would say that would be fair, but none of these guys are in AEW, so I don't know that you can use C2 rules.
Hey, listen.
If any of them were in AEW and we could use that, then maybe. But since it's an all WWE cast, I don't know that would be good.
You know, and don't be surprised if WWE tries to take. You know, we all know Roman stole stole everything that they did. You know, between military and everything else. All right, education, and they made it their own. However, WWE is the same damn way. They've stole a lot of stuff and made it their own. And I would not be surprised if they start a C2 or a G1 here soon.
Oh, I'm not going to say that they won't have a tournament, but it will never be a tournament where there's zero interference.
Yeah, no. WWE
can't go that far. Yeah, they can't go that many matches without having interference. Otherwise, it may implode.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So, and here's my final question before we get to the final word. Were you surprised that during that tribute package and everything else, that Triple H didn't get in and announce John Cena immediately going into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, hell no. No, they won't announce that until like 2028. They do this thing where unless you're deceased, and RIP to all the ones I have, you know, they don't tend to really put you in the Hall of Fame right away. You know, I mean, it took
Yeah, but I thought if they were
for
gonna make an exception, this would be the one.
yeah, see, I don't think John wants that exception though. I mean, like you got Stephanie that's headlining it, you got Michelle McCool. Nah, she's not in this one. But
She was
you
last
know,
year.
yeah, she was last year. But like you got Stephanie headlining this one. You will find out more and more who's gonna be in it. I think when he does it, when he gets in, it's gonna be at 2028, 2029 type of deal. You know, you know, that's just WWE's mantra. They act like they're like you know MLB, NFL, NBA. NBA's a little lax on theirs. NFL and MLB, I know you got to do between 5 and 10 years of retirement before you get in, and you have to meet a certain threshold, like 10 years minimum of playing. You know, so I think that's what WWE tries. They try to make you wait it out like 2 years out of retirement before you get it. I mean, because Undertaker didn't get his for what 3 years after he got retired. You know,
I don't remember the timeline. It was a couple years though. You're right.
yeah, it was a few years right after.
Okay, and yeah, and I thought maybe they would do it just for there. Um, Cena gonna get the Hall of well, I mean, he has to now because now that Philip Rivers is signed with the team, from what I understand, his whole
Oh my
like, that whole
god.
cycle starts all over now, so he has to wait a few years
Yeah, it
before he can
does.
try to go back into the Hall of Fame.
Yep, he
So
has to.
he
It's
screwed
a
all of
tenure.
that up and going from being eligible this year to now he's gotta wait however many years if he plays
It's
past this year.
yeah, it's I think it's like
Was
four or
it like
five
4 or
years.
5? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought,
something like because I know baseball is 10. You got 10 long years
which
of not
baseball's
being on that
stupid
ballot.
anyway.
Oh, dude, they well, actually, baseball is one of the hardest damn sports to get in the Hall of Fame in, unlike
It's so
basketball.
stupid.
I love baseball.
I like baseball as a sport, but some of the rules and
Yeah,
shit are just
that's a fan of Holyfield Stampede having
I
16 kids.
don't
That's
know, Rivers has
Holyfield
got
right
a
there.
whole bunch.
Oh no, Rivers has a crap ton, yes, but Holyfield, he's still what? He's got one kid now in wrestling now, doesn't he? I
Who,
know he's got
Holyfield? Yeah,
two.
he's been on LFG the past 2 years.
Yeah, I know he's got two kids in boxing right now. Holyfield does, which is cool.
Yeah, he's got is, Isaiah, maybe? Is it Elijah or Isaiah?
I know one of his
It's
kids.
on LFG.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Good God,
I told you, man, Rivers gets it.
we were talking. Elon Musk been talking about population decline. Population decline. What the fuck? Yeah, real
You know,
deal. Holyfield season one. Damn right.
he was a high school football coach in South Alabama
Yeah,
before he
yeah,
came back, and I
yeah.
think the entire high school football team was his kids.
Listen, yo, I got a friend. I love you, bro. His name, we call him Young Geese. Yo, he's got a basketball team already, all right, and the bench. All right. He's got the starting
Nice.
five, and then he's got the bench. All right. I love the dude. I love the dude. And he says that's what the whole idea is. He wants the starting five and the bench so he can be the coach. You know, I was like, this is freaking awesome. And his wife's pregnant with number 10. All right.
Jeez.
Holy 10 kids. Like, good God.
Tell him
I'm
to wait
going nuts
another
over two.
year. Yeah, tell him to wait another year, and he'll have a football team.
That's goddamn. Oh
Thank you
man.
guys for being here with us. That is our show for the night. We will get into the final segment, which is the final word. This is where Sped will tell you good night, let everybody know where you can find him. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and then we will go to the final word with Big Mike. Take it away, man.
So come back here on Twitch, 8 o'clock in the morning, where my Mob Miz, Mike Norton, and I gotta get used to saying his name now like that. Mob Miz and myself will be going over Saturday night's main event, John Cena. We got Ultimate One as a guest this weekend or this Sunday. Rapid fire segment. We got a trade proposal segment at the very end of the show if we get to it. Last week we barely made it to it. But so yeah, you guys come on in, you know, to discuss the champions of AEW with us. And you know, we're gonna discuss a hell of a lot more. Head over to Twitch, not Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, at Spedrock, SP3DROCK. And that's pretty much what it is, man. You know, that's what we do.
All right. And that takes us to the final word with Big Mike. And the final words really are just thank you, Cena. The whole reason we're here tonight is John Cena retiring 23 years in WWE. A few years before that, he was on the independents and OVW, places like that, made his debut, changed how we look at wrestling nowadays as soon as he broke in. We mentioned earlier, kind of bridged the gap between the Hogans, the Rocks, the Stone Colds, the all those guys, and led us into a new era, into the PG era, which I know is very polarizing to a lot of people, but it made WWE bigger and more popular around the world than it had ever been. So his contribution to professional wrestling cannot be talked about enough. And just, I'm glad he got to go out on his own terms. Not many people do that. I'm glad to see him retiring, and I'm going to believe him that this is going to be his only retirement match. He's not going to pull what every other wrestler does. He's going to make history once again and be the first professional wrestler to retire on his own terms and stay retired the entire time. So with that, thank you, John Cena, for 23 years. The last time was definitely tonight. Thank you for joining us on the Running Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate you. Join us Thursday night, 7/6 Central, as we end the wrestling week the right way. Thank you, everybody. We love you. And as always, just enjoy wrestling.